you like my dad's videos, please subscribe to QA Insights channel.
Hi, welcome back. In this video, we are going to see what's new in TruClient 2020 protocol. In last video, we have seen the high-level overview about the new features of TruClient. Let us deep dive into TruClient 2020 by seeing the new features visually. This is the IDE of TruClient 2020 protocol. At the top right, you could see there are changes has been made with respect to the search and also the settings, and there is a small menu button here. If you click on the search, it will expand and it will give you the option whether you want to search the whole script or the current view. And also you can filter out the results based on the steps, transactions, or all. And here you can see the number of occurrences it will display in integers. So this is the main change with respect to the search when compared to the previous releases of TruClient. And if you click on this settings, it will of course open the default settings. There are no changes here. And when it comes to the main development area, so initially there was a floating toolbar where you can add all your steps manually. But now that floating toolbar has been vanished and everything has been moved at the top, which is static. So in the previous versions, you can just move around the floating bar, but now it is static. So if you want to add a particular step, you have to click on this blue icon called step. It will expand. There you can see three different tabs: functions, flow control, and miscellaneous. And if you want to add something as your favorite, you can just hover your mouse over the particular step. Then if you click on the star, then if you navigate to this favorites, you can see those steps, so that you can access the frequently used steps by favoriting the particular stuff. So this is a new change. And if you want to add, for example, I want to add the generic browser action, you can just drag and drop, and then it will be added automatically to your steps. So this is the main change with respect to the UI. And of course, in the last version, we have this interactive guidance where it will you can search for help, or you can see the tasks. Whether when you're first time user of TruClient, it will display the it will help you to practice how to create a TruClient script. And if you want to see the intro of the toolbar or development window intro, etc., you can just click on it. It will guide you through the process. So these are the new changes. And with respect to run logic tab, actions tab, function libraries, again there is no major changes. Everything is similar features when compared to the previous release. But when it comes to your TruClient execution, so I have created a simple script and I have executed it in controller. I have done it for 5 minutes, as you see in the screen. And here there are kind of new measurements has been added. So here, if you just scroll down to in the graph section, you can see the client side measurements. So here you could see DOM interactive, page DOM content loaded event duration, and also the page load event duration. So these are the graphs which has been added. So let me close these stuffs so that you can see these measurements clearly. And right now I have two transactions, that is why it's displaying two transactions. So here there are three requests, and here again there are three URLs. And I have, of course, I have added only two transactions. So if you go to transaction response time, you can see the two transactions here. So these are kind of new, and of course you can customize this by clicking on this menu button and clicking on settings. You can customize the graphs. So these are the stuffs are new to TruClient, and it supports Windows 10 enhanced support to the Windows 10. So that is one thing. Also, there is a new API has been added for the VTS. So just expand the step and select generic API action and expand the execute and go to VTS and choose the method as VTC connect X. So this will help you to connect to your VTS server which has the HTTPS version. So here you have to enter the VTS server name and the port number to connect to the VTS. So this is pretty new in this TruClient 2020 version. And apart from this, it has been it supports the latest browsers. So TruClient browser is which is 65.0.3 and Chromium 76. So these are the new browser versions supported in this version. So let us summarize. The new features of TruClient 2020 is mainly the UI, the steps function, now which is static, and search. This is pretty new, and also there is a new function to connect to VTS, HTTPS version of VTS, and the new measurements for the client side, DOM content loaded, DOM interactive, and page load events. So these are the new features of TruClient 2020. So if you are testing the single page applications, definitely you can consider upgrading to the latest version to make use of it. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.
If you like my dad's videos, please subscribe to QA Insights channel.